Hey guys, and welcome to the series finale, or the final episode of the Samsung Galaxy Note series, if you want to call it that. So today we're going to be putting the Galaxy Note together with some Apple products actually, namely the wireless keyboard and the Apple Magic Mouse. I'm going to see how it works with a 5.1 surround sound system, and also a 29-inch LED monitor from Samsung. So we're going to all see, in the scenario where your computer is broken, you can't use it at all, and all you have is a smartphone, namely the Galaxy Note. We're going to see if the smartphone can actually be powerful enough with the help of some apps to replace the PC entirely. So without any further ado, let's get into it. So let's flick on the Bluetooth, plug in the HDMI, and get started. At any point in this video, if you have a look and you just see my lock screen and say, oh, that's a bit different, how did he do that? Or you see my user interface and my 3D UI, there's going to be a whole bunch of links and tutorials on how to all do this kind of stuff to just to make it feel more of a PC and not so much like a smartphone. But anyway, moving on, what do people usually like to do on their PC? Well, people usually like to browse their emails, so say open up Gmail and they just browse around. But what happens if someone sends them a YouTube link? Well, now instead of just going all the way out of your application and just leaving your emails, you can just whip up over screen browser and get that YouTube video on top of your email. So that's the kind of application and help that we're talking about to kind of get this to be more of a PC device and less of a phone. Anyway, as a side point, I had to reduce the pointer sensitivity because the Magic Mouse is a bit too sensitive actually. So what else do people like to do on their PCs? Well, people like to use their file manager, so Windows Explorer or whatever, and kind of just browse around and manipulate files. So we can use something like Astro File Manager or something like this. This application is just called Computer, and I got it from XDA, I think. It's got all the stuff that you would expect, so list view and thumbnail view and all that kind of thing. You can click on a target object and then it'll ask you to open it with a application, and that's kind of like Windows environment. So on the practicality side, this is very close to what you'll get to on a PC, so you can copy and paste and rename and all that kind of stuff, as I mentioned. As you can see here, we've got a Excel spreadsheet, and we can say if we want some extra information, we can go to something like Wikipedia, open up a Word document if we want, and we can copy and paste the specific text that we want straight out, via the clipboard. So just copy, select, and paste it inside the Word document once you've gone into edit mode. So this again is very close to what you'll get on a PC, but everything, I must admit, is a bit slower and a bit laggier than on a desktop device. So it'll be interesting to see how the Galaxy Note 2 fares in this. So say that you really like the picture of that nice juicy letter sitting there and you want to copy and paste it inside your Word document. Well, it actually turns out that this is a lot harder than it seems. So first of all, you have to download that image, and then you have to go into your insert mode inside your Word document editor, and then once you've done that, you have to select the image and browse for it and find it. Except the thing I found was by the time you got back to the original application, the application had closed itself and now would not paste the image. So for some reason, images don't stay on the clipboard, except for save clipboard items from S-Memo and S-Note. So for one reason or another, the application just seems to close itself. So of course, at first I thought this was because of the application, so I went on the internet and got Kingsoft Office, which is a lot better than Polaris, which is what I was using before, by the way. And so, I just went and downloaded it and installed it just like that, opened it up, and got started with that. So, this looks a lot better than the other one, and this has a lot more features too and works generally just a lot better. So it was looking promising, and I thought I might go back and try and put my Cabbage in there. But before I did that, I had a look and just saw some of the features that it had. So, it's got this cool resizing tool where you can just go and use that slider to resize, or you can resize it manually and push it in between the text, which automatically realigns. But again, it's quite slow, so I'm not sure if that's the lagginess of the Galaxy Note or if that's just the program itself. So when the Galaxy Note 2 comes, we'll be able to see this for sure. But going back to our nice lettuce or cabbage or whatever it was, we can go into the gallery and just open it up and see all our pictures there, and we want to select our downloaded cabbage. But unfortunately, by the time you get back to the application, it has given an error, and it kind of says that it's closed itself and unexpectedly, and would you like to reopen? So if this has happened for 2 programs in a row, it kind of points that this is a hardware issue. So it might be that the Galaxy Note doesn't have enough RAM to keep all these programs open at once, but that would kind of surprise me actually. But we'll have to once again wait and see if the Galaxy Note 2 fixes this issue. But anyway, moving back to the Kingsoft software, which is a word replacement basically. It has a ribbon at the top with heaps and heaps of options to manipulate your text and graphics in the way that you need. So, you know, there's just so many options in here, it's hard to believe that this is a mobile platform still. So, as far as replacing your computer as a word editor goes, this may actually be plausible. So, you know, it's got PowerPoint and other formats there, and just a whole bunch of things to save or store in the cloud or wirelessly transmit, and it's just endless. So, it's a really great alternative there, and for a PC replacement, that could actually be plausible. So, when the Galaxy Note 2 comes, we'll be able to see this and test this fully. And as you know, you can also just go and listen to music while you're doing all of this, and say you're angry about the Lettuce incident, you can put on some Alexisonfire, and that will of course play through the 5.1 system in the background to whatever you're raging at now. And of course web browsing is almost PC-like when using a full web browser. So, what to make of all of this? What is the final verdict and conclusion? Well, if you're going to ask yourself, can an Android phone, namely the Galaxy Note, replace a full PC? The answer is yes, it is plausible, despite the screen not being completely filled and also a bit of difficulty pasting images of Lettuce. You're all set to go, I think. Some music listening, some light video playback and web browsing and light word editing should all be fine on a Galaxy Note. So that rounds out the last video to feature my Galaxy Note exclusively. And now I'm going to leave you with a brand new segment called Music Video of the Day. So at the end of each video, I'm going to leave a link for a pretty cool music video, and today's one is Kodaline, All I Want.